So, what are the top 5 things that you can do in order to stay Catholic in college? It's really exciting seeing so many students heading off for college now, or here at Duke, seeing people arrive for college, and I think that it's a question that's out there, right? And for a lot of young people, you might be thinking, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to live this life? What's been my experience at home? What's been my faith experience at home? Maybe I was in youth group, maybe I wasn't. And now, as I enter into this new stage of life, how am I going to manage this? And I think that there's 5 things that you can do that really help in order to continue to persevere in your faith, but even to grow much deeper. Because I think that college actually offers a really great opportunity to grow in your faith. It's not just about holding on, but it's about growing, going deeper, and really establishing that relationship with Christ that will guide you through the whole rest of your life. So first of all, fifth tip, fifth reason, or fifth way to stay Catholic in college is to connect virtually with a campus minister. And so I think this is something that's really helpful. You might be able to send an email. You can look for the Newman Center that's there on campus. And here at Duke, it's the Duke Catholic Center, so it's a little bit different here, but kind of the same idea. And I think that's something that's really helpful. It makes sure that you're on the mailing list. It makes sure that you are receiving the information regularly. There might be an app. Here, for example, we have an app that also helps to keep you up to date. So it's something that's very helpful and something that I would definitely recommend. Tip number 2, connect face to face. I have to tell you, honestly, there's such an influx of people every new school year that it's hard to catch everybody at the same time. And even though you might be around present, if there's not that contact or if there's not that engagement, you might not have the same effect or the same experience that you might if you make sure to go up and meet people face to face. And so I think that's something that's very helpful, something I would definitely recommend. Tip number 3, volunteer. Get involved, get engaged. Our faith isn't just about prayer. It's not just theoretical. It's definitely not just a set of moral rules, but it's also an opportunity for us to engage and help others. Something that I see and that I'm fascinated by and very impressed with young people is that there is this desire for volunteering. Well, why don't you focus some of that in something a little more faith-based, right? And so volunteering with other Catholic students is a great way of helping others. You might be serving in a soup kitchen. It might be tutoring students in the inner city. That's one I think that is really neat and a great way to engage and also make sure that the university is participating there in the community where it exists and that you can do that as well. So volunteering, a great way of engaging and getting involved. Tip number 2, this one is really helpful. I think this helps a lot of people, doing a small group. And so this might be a Bible study, this might be a book study, this might be, some way where you're getting along with your peers and where there's this accountability because it's not just me living out my faith, but it's me really being engaged with others and engaged with my faith. And maybe I'm praying, maybe I'm getting involved in so many different things, but there's also a way that I can share my experience with others, but I can also hear about their experience and where we're building these friendships. College is such a tremendous experience, and I think that one of the big characteristics is that we get to know other people and we build new friendships. Some of these are going to last our entire lives. Others, maybe it's going to be something very, very passing. But if I make sure that some of those friendships are Catholic, well, that's a great way of preserving my faith, right? Because if I'm with others that share my same values, who share my same religion, well, then that makes it that much easier to practice that. And then the number 1 tip, something that's really important, find the Mass. You have to, this in 2 different ways. 1, find out when it is. And then 2, find out where it is. Because if you get there Sunday morning and you know that Mass is at 11 o'clock, but you don't know where it is, well, you're going to be, rushing around, looking around, but not really sure about what you're doing. And if at the same and in the same way, if you know where Mass is, but you don't know when it is, well, you get up on Sunday and like, oh, maybe I already missed Mass, or I was doing something else and I wasn't aware that I needed to get back for Mass later on in the evening. So these are my 5 tips for staying Catholic in college, and I hope that you have a great year and that it's really an experience that helps you to grow deeper and grow in your love for Christ. God bless.